up the place, turn up the bass and make them all have fun. How we blaze the fire, make it fun them. We mash up the place, turn up the bass and make some sound, boy run. And we will end your week just like a Sunday. We mash up the place, turn up the bass and make them all have fun. Skrillex blaze the fire, make it fun them. We mash up the place, turn up the bass and make some sound, boy run.
It's actually a really stacked card as you look at the names that are fighting. Lohe Amai is taking on AC Clementino. AC was a professional basketball player, stands about 6'6", 250 and just shredded. He's a specimen and he's very athletic. I think that's going to make for a really good fight. We also, a fight that I'm really excited about is Riley Tucho and Tyler Kahihikolo, which I think both guys are up and coming young guys, just looking for a break, and I think that's one of the matches that you can see that they'll leave it all in the ring. And then also, a late addition due to injuries, Kile Palencia and will be taking on Jaira Umi Torres, so I think is another remarkable match. Brandon Abafo will be undefeated Brandon Abafo MFC champion, will be taking on Sage Yoshida, who is probably one of the other young phenoms in the Hawaii circuit that I think has a bright future. We have Monica Franco and Mickey Alfredis. Lena Cook will fight Tiana Vale. Just a ton of top Maui talent that's going to be on display on national television.
Now, this will be the first time that King of the Cage has held a show in Maui. Can we expect to see King of the Cage return to Maui and possibly the outer islands?
Oh, most definitely. What our goal is this year, we sat down, we have a plan, and we decided, we're gonna do more for Hawaii guys than just putting them on a local circuit and having them fight in the gym in front of their fans. Yeah, that's good, and that's all. That's great stuff. That's all. Anytime you can get exposure, it's a plus. But we want to take the guys that want to take their career to the next level and get them outside of Hawaii. And how do we do that? Is we expose them by putting them on national television, constantly getting interviews on MMA Junkie, Shirt Dog, and Bloody Elbow, any type of media, as well as MMA Absolute, just any type of media that we can get out there, where people can type in these fighters' names and they'll pop up with a lot of information on who's the fighter, So what we're doing right now is we're taking pretty much the top guys from every island and signing them to exclusive King of the Cage fights, and making sure that they get at least 3 to 4 fights contract with 2 of them guaranteeing it to be outside of Hawaii. That way we can at least try to make sure that we get them the right exposure. And when I say exclusive, I mean exclusive in a way that we will help protect them. So basically they could fight in any circuit as long as we have the ample time and we don't have them scheduled, and we make sure that every fight that they're doing out there is in the best protection of the fighter and the brand, which is King of the Cage. So with that sense, I'm hoping a lot of the local boys look at the end product and where they want to go, and not look at the right now, where they're at and what they're getting right in front of them. A lot of the times these young guys, they make the decision to try and get to the big show, like right now. I want to go right now, and I want to go UFC, I want to do this, I want to do that. And then they jump too fast, and then they spend the rest of their career trying to revive their career instead of taking the right steps, stay on the top, and then get to the top and stay there, instead of having that big fall and then you spending the rest of your career trying to revive it. And that's what we're trying to avoid. But we want to make sure that we can start putting out quality fighters out of Hawaii and getting them out of big shows.
That kind of leads me to my next question. King, as you said, King of the Cage has signed a few fighters here in Hawaii, and I believe you guys are also looking to sign a few more. Talk a little bit about some of the fighters you guys signed, and who, for the fighters out there that might be interested, what they would have to do to be signed to King of the Cage.
First of all, I think for them to be signed to King of the Cage, they would just have to perform at a level that expected, and just have the passion and the dedication to compete at the highest level. A lot of the times, why these guys can't fight and compete at the highest level, it's not that they're not talented enough, or they're not, they're not good enough, or they don't have the right training. It's just they put the bare minimum in, but expect the biggest results from it. I want to truly say that me and Kendall's been here training with me for 2 weeks, and we had a great talk on this. It's MMA is a lifestyle. Regular MMA, if you're doing it just as a fun thing and just to be competitive on a small BEC level circuit, and that's cool what you're doing, But if you're doing MMA as an occupation, you got to look at your training hours for dollars. So, what does my training consist of? Do I just train 5, 6 to 8 at night? I think that's good enough. If you look at it in a workforce, we're doing 6 to 8 hour days, 8 to 12 hour days is what a normal household man would work, right? And the average household makes about 45,000. And that's an average household. So when I look at that, I'm strategizing for my guys. Hey, on an average household, you're making 45,000. So you don't have to trade your hours for dollars. Your training has to be consistent so that your fight purses can equivalent to what you're doing. Yeah. And I think that's the biggest one. So I'll give you an example of what some of my guys go through for a day. They'll come in on Monday and have MMA at 9 a.m. And then we do our night MMA. They'll go to jiu-jitsu at 12:30, and then they'll go and do their run and do their sprints at night at about 5:30, 6 o'clock. Tuesday they'll come in. They got strength and conditioning at 9, and then they come back in again at 6 o'clock to do jiu-jitsu gi again, and then from 7 to 9 we're doing mitt and bag work, and then that's our schedule for 6 days out of the week. And that's how rigorous our full-time fighters are training, and it's paying off because you can see it in their performances and the calls that we're getting now. But as far as for signing, that's the type of athlete we're looking at. It's not about fighting to your social medias need to be up to par. You need to be exposed and then just making sure that you have the followers and stuff that'll keep your name in the buzz, Mm-hmm. And some of the top guys we've signed, obviously we have low-end Ian De La Cuesta, we have just recently we signed Joe Gogo for a fight deal, Riley Dutro, we got Tyler Kahihikolu, we got Lola Hea, and I use Lola Hea as a prime example. I think Lola Hea has signed with us, and he's been with us maybe 8 months, and he's fought 4 times in the last 8 months, and 2 of them already have been outside of Hawaii. One in Arizona, one in California, one on Oahu, and he's got this 4th one that's coming up in Maui. So there's a lot of opportunities. We're doing 65 shows a year. There's a lot of opportunities for these guys to fight. And if they get on board, we're going to make sure that we take care of them and get them to where they need to be. And when I say we're going to sign them exclusively, we still want them to fight locally in local circuits, but it just has to, the pros have to outweigh the cons, and it just has to make sense, we support a lot of the small local circuits, like Destiny, I just partnered up with Jay in Destiny, so we're gonna definitely strengthen Destiny and have Destiny's top guys get out to King of the Cage and get them going, we partnered up with MFC, and looking to do something soon with UIC, and just kind of branch out all over the islands and have an umbrella that covers all the islands that gives every fighter the opportunity to get out there and live their dreams.
And Kai, aside from the face of King of the Cage Hawaii, as we said, you're also the head trainer and founder for 808 Fight Factory. This past year, we have seen you take your fighters to different levels, like fighters such as Owen Tainanis, Ian De La Cuesta, Jonathan Bisante. We've seen them fighting on 1FC, PXC, King of the Cage. For you as a trainer, how fulfilling is it to see your fighters be that much successful? You're actually seeing the hard work pay off with these guys.
Actually, it's a big tribute to them on the hours and the dedication they put in. And then recently we just had Johnny Pacino, Jersey, Nate Quinola and Terrell and Reno Remigio head up to PXC, which they had great performances. Fortunately, two of the three lost, but it was fights that we were in control of and kind of just got caught. And that's the beauty of MMA. But I think for all our guys, they're stepping up their level and the commitment and the energy in the gym. It's high, and that's what keeps my fire and driving. And seeing these guys walk in and go out different from the day they came in, and we've got a lot of other younger, talented guys like Bryson Pasquale, Michael Brew, just a whole heap of talent that's in the gym and just waiting on for break. We got John Bernard that'll be coming out shortly. We got Joey Shipper, Arnold Stopla, Mike Weimer. The list just goes on and on, and they're all getting ready. They all have different strengths, and it's a great feeling and a great energy in the gym.